Just for the record, I was going to wear this to the movie, but I figured I don't want to really to turn any heads, even though I do have a little bit of a hatred for clowns. What is up, posse? My name is Wolf Brawling, and welcome to another review here on Alpha Omega Wolf Productions. So, I just got back from watching It Chapter 2. This movie is the sequel to the blockbuster hit from 2017, as this takes place 27 years later. The Losers Club is all grown up, and when it's revealed that Pennywise is back, the Losers Club reunites in Derry, Maine, and they try to figure out how to take Pennywise down once and for all. So before I go into this movie, I think it's safe to go over what I think of the first movie in general. I really liked it. In fact, I liked it so much I got it on Blu-ray. I love the performances. I love Bill Skarsgård. I love the creepy atmosphere that it had. I also loved the soundtrack a little bit from Benjamin Wallfish, so I was curious to see how he would do the soundtrack in this one. We'll get to that in a little bit. So when it was revealed that this was just one of two chapters, I was looking forward to seeing what they would do for part two. And plus, they had to have some level of confidence into thinking that they're going to have a sequel to this. But after seeing this sequel, I can only say that it's good. Yeah, it's a good movie. There are a few problems I have with this movie, but we'll get to that in a little bit. First off, I have to say the performances were flat out fantastic. I especially love Bill Hader as Adult Richie. He stole the show. Many people have said it, and they're right. I know I'm probably going to be jumping on the bandwagon here, but he was great. I could definitely buy him as Adult Richie. I especially love James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain. Their roles were well casted. In fact, everybody was well casted, I thought. And I love Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. He was great as usual. He definitely had a creepy vibe to him, and he definitely sent shivers down my spine. I also liked, how this movie tugs at the heartstrings in the right ways, too. Because in the end, this movie is about friendship and, sticking together through the hard times. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but, not just yet. There's going to be a separate video for that. There's two problems I have with this movie, and sadly, they're kind of big ones. First off, the pacing. This movie is 2 hours and 49 minutes, and I honestly felt like it didn't need to be almost 3 hours long. And, because, I admit the first one is kind of lengthy, but that movie knew how to pace itself, developed the characters, gave them each a good amount of screen time and development, and it knew when to get right to the chase. However, this one, it just drags on, and that kind of brings in my second problem with this movie. I'm not going to give too much away, but they keep showing flashbacks of when they were kids, which honestly felt like it was just a completely different movie. It almost took me out of the moment, because the first movie focused mainly on when they were kids, and this one focused more like half of when they were adults. But when it showed to them as kids, I'm thinking, oh, geez, we have to keep doing this. And I'm not disrespecting the kid actors at all, far from it. I thought they were great. But I thought that if the first movie was going to, revolve around the kids, I figured the second one was going to revolve completely around the adults. And it kind of does it, sort of. But in the end, It Chapter 2 is a very solid movie. It's not a masterpiece by any means, and honestly, I think I consider it as good as the first one. But I think this has enough great performances and a great creepy atmosphere, and like I said before, it tugs at the heartstrings, that I think this movie will satisfy fans, and I think is definitely worth seeing. And for my grade, I'm going to give It Chapter 2 a B. Guys, that just about does it for this review. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content. So next up will be a spoiler of It Chapter 2, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So, until next time, see you later, Posse.